So I just got home, and although we're going to be going to the shop later to work on the 240, I had to stop here to do a few things I couldn't do at the shop. I've got this NA rear-wheel drive SR20 DE valve cover that I have to do a little bit of modification to. As you see, these holes here are all for the coil pack cover. These motors came with just plugs and wires. They didn't come with coil packs, so they didn't really need a cover there. That's why there's just blanks from the original casting for the valve cover for both motors, the DE and the DET. So those are obviously blanks. I think I'm going to keep the cover off, but these holes down here, there, and the first one, I already have a pilot hole in them. I basically have to open up those holes and drill them and tap them to M61, so that way I can get my coil packs in there. I got some nice M6 tapped holes that I can throw my coil packs right into. And because they were spot drilled, or I guess center drilled already, it kind of was really awesome because I didn't need to set the depth, like put a piece of tape on the drill bit to see and make sure how far I go down. That way I don't go too far and go through the valve cover. Because there was a pilot hole, it kind of was really easy to drill, and then as soon as the end of the pilot hole hit, it just kind of, you know, I didn't really have to put any pressure on the drill bit for it to drill. Once I got to the end of the pilot hole, it needed pressure to keep going, so it kind of just stopped, which is really nice. That's why pilot holes are great. But yeah, this thing is pretty filthy now because of the metal chips and whatnot. But, oh my god, if you look under here, this thing is disgusting. This came off of, and like I said, an NA SR DE that I got for like $250. I don't know for how long, but it almost seems as if the oil was never changed on this motor. Maybe once or twice, but literally never again. And the motor came here at probably like 50,000-60,000 miles because of the shock-and law. Like everything was screwed up in the head. The rod, there was like I think 3 rods that were like severely knocking. There was like 4 or 5 cam journals that were totally grooved. It was just bad, really bad. But the valve cover is still straight, and it's really cool. It is a DE valve cover. It's this nice gold. You don't see them around that often, so it'll be pretty sweet in my bay. Looking nice with that valve cover. So gonna power wash it. I got my power washer out, set that up, and get it clean. That's a little bit better. Not fantastic, but pretty good. Under here is way better. Got all the loose crud out. Yeah, it's still a little charred up, a little sludged up, but it's clean now. There's no loose crud that's gonna float around in my engine. Another thing I want to do to this though, where it says twin cam 16 valve in Nissan, that's pretty gross. So I'm gonna sand that down somehow. It's gonna be shiny. So I had to scrub the hell out of this thing with Palm Mall, degreaser, and hot water. I finally got it looking okay. Same deal within here. You still gotta rinse that off, but it looks way better than before. You probably can't tell, but it is better. So I just got to the shop. Jomez is here.
Hi, I'm Jomez.
He brought his FRS out here, obviously. Bumping. You already know. Lock City prep. Boy, hopefully this will be ready. I'm not so sure, but we'll try. We'll try. Right now, it's good for, what now?
Sandwich making.
Yeah, it's a nice little sandwich station. Nice. All right, let's get to work. I got the cams in, and I try to move this cam, you can tell it moves, right? But when I try to move this cam, yeah, the bolt's tightening up. Cam does not do anything. That's making me think that either the cam is bent, I guess that could happen. I don't know why it would be bent. Maybe a valve is stuck in the guide or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna try putting the exhaust cam onto the intake side. Maybe that'll spin. If it spins in there, it should spin in there if it's good. So we'll try that now. This motor build would be not the same if there wasn't an issue. So I just got the other cam in here. Same thing. So I don't think it's the cam. It's probably a stuck valve guide or something, which is awesome. Because that means, obviously, take it off the motor, pull it apart, and fix it. This is never ending. I just want to drive my car. I just can't win with this thing, man. Seriously. This head's probably warped, and it's probably all going to have to come apart. Probably going to have to find a new head. Get it all reassembled at the machine shop. Redo the valve shims. Redo the lifters. Do all that work again. Not excited. But I do have some other stuff I got to do. This weekend I'm heading down to my homeboy Sam's house down in Maryland. He just moved down there a couple months ago. Taking down the Civic. I got to get this thing ready. Basically, I have to change the oil. I did finally get the correct gate 7 rib supercharger belt for here, so I'm going to throw that on. Wow, look, it's done. So to get to the supercharger belt is kind of a headache. Up here, you can't really get much. If you pull the wheel off, pull this little axis panel off, you can get to those 2 pulleys, which really help you out a lot. You can kind of snake it in, around, water pump there, all that, and back. And that's it. So I got my 17, my 10. Gotta break this nut free and then adjust the tensioner so it goes all the way up and I can pull the old belt out. Got the old belt out. Compared it to the new belt. They're identical size. Now for the fun part of getting the new belt in. So it was a little bit of a pain, but I finally got the supercharger belt on. And now I got this spare, which I'm going to keep in the car just in case. Now it's time to change the oil. Oil is draining. Now I'm going to pop off the filter, put it all back together, and put some oil in it. Got a fresh OEM Honda filter here. Just going to put a little oil around this ring. Make sure it seals nicely. But yeah, better stick it on there. Fill it with some oil. Should be primo. I just started up the motor, ran it for a few minutes, checked the oil level. It was right in the middle, and she's purring. Seems like the tension on the belt is doing pretty good so far. No noises, no squealing like the old belt. Sounds pretty good. So that's pretty much it for this video. I still have to figure out what's going on with the SR. I mean, at this point, I'm thinking, since this block down here was really bad, I obviously had to junk that, put a new block in, and transfer all my stuff over. I'm assuming since that was overheated, the head was overheated with it too. I'm assuming so. Maybe that's a different head that came off of a different motor, wasn't ever ran. But at this point, it seems as if the head was overheated like shit too. It's probably warped. I'm probably gonna need a new head. Any of you guys have a head for an SR20, black top, red top, just not S14? Let me know, because I obviously need it. But yeah, I gotta figure out the head situation, bring it to the machine shop, have them transfer everything over, tear it apart again. You know the drill. But that's it for this video. See you next time.